Today, on Be Something Wonderful, when faking it makes it real, doubling down on affirmations. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, big video today. I had a session yesterday with a client that said, Tom, I think I get it, that I'm infinite, I'm powerful, and that I can imagine and be, do, or have whatever I want. But I just sometimes have trouble believing it. And I'm just wondering, how do I believe it? Well, guys, we're going to talk about this today and more, because we had a great discussion. And even the discussion of the video we did a few weeks ago on Muhammad Ali came up, right? Talking about I am the greatest. And so I'm going to leave a link below, because we're going to go back to the metaphysical example of Muhammad Ali and look at it even at a brighter light, even from a higher level today, to talk about how Muhammad Ali developed the belief in himself, right? And remember, yesterday we touched on that idea in yesterday's video. It was on the membership channel, but it was the idea that you want to establish rapport, as Thomas Troward said, right? That you want to establish rapport with your subconscious. That there is a rapport, there is a reciprocity between your conscious mind and subconscious mind. There's no separation, right? As above below, so below above, right? There is a correspondence, there is a reciprocity. So let's talk about it today. So Muhammad Ali also said this: I'm not the greatest, I'm the double greatest. Hear this, the double greatest. Not only do I knock him out, I pick the round. Here, Muhammad Ali lays it out, the idea of rapport and the reciprocity between the conscious mind and the subconscious, right? I not only knock him out, in other words, I not only consciously affirm that I am the greatest, I pick the round. I receive the intuitive message from deep within that I am great. And I just got to affirm it and believe it. Do you hear this? Muhammad Ali giving us the formula here. And then he goes on to say, it's the repetition of affirmations that leads to the belief. And once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen. Hear this. So he's saying it leads to belief. He repeated it, constantly repeated, I am the greatest, and other things, right? And it led to the belief. How? As you consciously repeat it, even though you don't consciously believe it yet, that gets impressed on your subconscious. It accepts it, right? It accepts it through repetition, through emotion, right? And you impress it, and then that belief becomes a deep conviction within. And then it's fed back up through consciously, you believe it now. And now you're affirming from that conviction, from a deep conviction within. That's powerful. Ali understood the reciprocity between the conscious and subconscious mind, right? And of consciously establishing rapport with the subconscious. Consciously establishing rapport, that's how he did it. And the astonishing power of fake it till you make it using affirmations. Do you see this? That's the power of affirmations when they're used from that standpoint, right? That you've got an intuitive feeling. You've got that deeper feeling that, yeah, there's something here. There is a truth that I am the greatest. And then you start affirming it, and then that truth then gets impressed. And then your subconscious mind goes to work creating circumstances, leading you along the path of least resistance, creating the 3D environment that shows you that you are the greatest. And now that becomes a deep conviction. And so now you're saying it with belief. That's big. So the laws of reciprocity and reversibility, as Neville Goddard and other spiritual teachers talk about, are closely related. Let's hit it. The law of reciprocity basically says you reap what you sow, right? It's the law of cause and effect, right? You get what you give, right? Do not be deceived. This is what A Course in Miracles says about the law of reciprocity. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, this he will also reap. There is a reciprocal relationship between your inner state and your outer state. And this is big, your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. right? As below, same as above, right? As above, same as below. There is a corresponding or reciprocal relationship. This is in Scripture. They talk about you reap what you sow. That's how they get at it. Now, what's the Course in Miracles say about this? God is not mocked, is not a warning, but a reassurance. Course in Miracles talking about this part of Scripture. Right? God is not mocked, is not a warning, but a reassurance. God would be mocked if any of his creations lacked holiness. The creation is whole, and the mark of holiness is holiness. Wholeness is holiness. Do you get this? Wholeness means it's a unity. It's one unit. Your conscious and subconscious mind work together. They are a unit. There is no separation. Right? And so when you develop rapport and that reciprocal relationship, like Ali did, right? And he talks about affirmations, and he talks about it in this first quote, right? I'm not the greatest, I'm the double greatest. The reciprocal, the reciprocity, the relationship. I not only knock them out, I don't only consciously affirm, I get an intuitive hit that I am the greatest. I get it from above and below, and from below and above. That's what he's saying there, right? So I love this from A Course in Miracles because it's not a warning. It's just assuring you that who you are within, deep within, you are the greatest. You are holy. You are perfect. And even if you don't believe it, as you start affirming it, as you start faking it, do you make it, right? In other words, as you move in that direction based on that intuition, that becomes stronger. Right? And then that does get impressed as a deep belief in your subconscious, right? In your atmosphere of the subconscious. That gets fed back up and it moves things in 3D as you start seeing it confirmed. Then you have a conviction that you are that which you wanted to be, or you are that which you wanted to have, right? That's big. So law of reciprocity then reveals the reversibility of cause and effect. It reveals the law of reversibility. And what does the law of reversibility say? If a cause can cause B, an effect, then B, the effect now a cause, can cause A. If A can cause B, then B can cause A. Do you see it? A as the cause, B as the effect. And if the B now becomes the cause, can cause A. And A now becomes the effect. If you're already having and being what you desire to have and be, if already having and being what you desired to have and be create the feeling of fulfillment. In other words, if your wish fulfilled can create the feeling, if your manifestation and you getting what you want can create the feeling of joy and gratitude, then the feeling of being joyful and gratitude in advance can create the manifested desire in 3D. If the manifested desire can cause you to feel good, then feeling good can lead to that desire. That's what the law of reversibility says, right? That's related to reciprocity, right? You reap what you sow. If you realize, and this is what Neville Goddard says, if your realized prayer produces in you a definite feeling or state of consciousness, then inversely, that particular feeling or state of consciousness must produce your realized prayer. Do you hear it? If your prayer is realized and it's answered, and you feel good about that, you feel joyful, you feel thankful, then feeling thankful in advance, feeling joyful in advance can create the manifestation, can create the answered prayer. That's big. So Ali demonstrated both the law of reciprocity and the law of reversibility at work in the conscious and subconscious mind, right? From within his subjective being, right? Sensed from within his subjective being, right? From within his subconscious, which is connected to the greater subconscious, he had a sense of the truth that indeed he knew that I am the greatest, right? But he didn't fully believe it. He therefore consciously affirmed it repeatedly as it became impressed and accepted by his subconscious, by his personal atmosphere. Right? Then the subconscious created the outward reality that he is indeed the greatest. Right? The belief then becomes a conscious and subconscious conviction, establishing perfect rapport, hear this, and reciprocity between heart and mind. Wow, that's big. Perfect rapport. perfect reciprocity between heart and mind. So big today. So that's the true meaning of I'm the double greatest. That's why he said that. Do you see what he was getting at? He's the double greatest. He's not only affirming consciously, he's also feeling it within, and that's getting and that and impressing it on the subconscious. Then that's getting then the subconscious is creating a reality that's showing him that he's the greatest. So he is the double greatest, within and without. Right? The conception or self-concept that was received from within, I am the greatest, but not yet believed, right? Because remember, he was talking about affirmations to believe it. Consciously and consciously, this is a comma here, but not yet believed consciously, was repeatedly and consciously affirmed, fake it till you make it, and pressed on and accepted by the subconscious, and then returned to the conscious mind as an indisputable belief, assumption, and conviction. Wow. Hear this. The true meaning of I'm the double greatest, the conception or self-concept that was received from within, in other words, that intuitive feeling that I am the greatest, right, from a deeper understanding of the truth, but not yet believed consciously, just like my client, was repeatedly and consciously affirmed, right? Fake it till you make it, and pressed on and accepted by the subconscious, and then returned to the conscious mind as an indisputable belief, assumption, and conviction. And he's surrounded by being the greatest. That's what we're talking about. Remember, gratitude in advance is an expression of faith. That's what faith really means. Hear this. Gratitude in advance is an expression of faith. That's the whole idea. When faking it makes it real, doubling down on affirmations. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. You can follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. That's the organization page. You can also join our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors. It's a totally open group, but then it's closed to the public. So anyone can join, but once you join, it's closed, and so it doesn't get shared with others who are not members. And then you can ask for insight and guidance or receive insight and guidance among the members. Right? It's a great group. You can join at facebook.com/groups/BeSomethingWonderful. Also, you can join our Instagram at Tom Kieran, our Twitter at Tom Kieran, or just go to our website anytime. For all that information and more, this is Tom with great love, with great light, with infinite gratitude. See you soon.